Hey guys, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 items that I absolutely love. These are all a bit pricey, but I feel like they're absolutely worth it. All these items, I got thinking I could actually probably not live one day without them. If any of these broke or went missing, I would have to replace immediately. So just in case you were thinking of buying any of these, I highly recommend them. So let's go through them. So number one is definitely my Vitamix blender. So this is the second time we've bought this just because when we moved to Switzerland, the outlets here are different. I was devastated that I was going to be without it. And then my fiance, he moved a little bit before me because I had to finish work and he surprised me. He had repurchased it. I told him not to bother just because it was insanely expensive here to rebuy it. But I'm so glad he did. I love cooking and eating really healthy. I like making everything from scratch when I have the time. So if you're like me, this definitely is worth the investment. I'm not joking. I usually use it between 1 to 3 times a day. I even used it more because when I was at home during COVID and I started working from home, I really had the time to make everything from scratch. So the things that I use it the most for would be smoothies or protein shakes. You can make fresh juices in it and it doesn't need to be strained because it blends it up so beautifully. I'll make ginger shots, things like that you would normally spend a lot of money. You can make it for a lot cheaper. Sauces, hummus, nut butters. You can make soups actually right in the blender. It will heat it up. I'll make my own dairy-free, almond milk, cashew milk, oat milk. You can make your own creamer in it, what have you. It can assist you with baking just to mix things. It's amazing. I cannot live without this. I love, love, love it. I would definitely wait for it to go on sale. Not the time that we moved here, but the initial time we did get it on sale, usually around Christmas time, before or after it goes on sale. I will link the one that we have, but you can get a more affordable option. I just absolutely love this one. Just keep in mind, if you are planning to move countries like me, I emailed Vitamix, you cannot use an adapter with this. You have to buy the machine that's intended for the country that you live in. Okay, next up, I definitely cannot live one day without this. So I'm going to put the name of it, the model that we got. It is my Dyson vacuum. I don't know what I was doing. We only recently got this within the last year since we moved here. So I might be weird, but even when I was a little kid, when I would see the commercial for the Dustbuster on TV, I just wanted a vacuum, a real one, so bad. And my mom told me she'll get me the Fisher Price one, but I'm like, no, I want the real one. And my dad always said, he's like, you should be buried with a vacuum. I don't know why. I love vacuuming. It just gives me great satisfaction. I actually really like cleaning. Anyway, I don't know why I never owned a Dyson before. I think it was just because I lived in a very small condo pretty much the whole time I lived in Toronto, and it had all hardwood floors, and there just really wasn't much floor space. I didn't mind sweeping. I couldn't really justify the price for the size of my place. Also, there was no storage. Here we have a lot more space and I definitely need it. There's a lot of little ledges, things like that. Like there's like old fireplace and just a lot along the baseboards. There's lots of little ledges. This thing is amazing. So my fiance picked this model out because I didn't really know which one we needed. I'm like, oh, we probably don't need anything fancy. He got the one with the laser and I didn't really know if that was necessary. That's actually one of my favorite features of it. As long as the lighting in your room is dim, the laser illuminates everything, like every little piece of hair, dust, dirt. It's amazing. I love it so, so much. The attachments you can get under the bed, you can clean the furniture, you can go along the ledges. It's so amazing. There's also one for carpets, which is really great. It's very powerful. I love it. I know some people would not think that that's a romantic gift to give somebody, but if you're like me and you like cleaning, I would love to get that as a Christmas or birthday gift. I might be really weird. If you're kind of like me and wondering, is it worth it? Yes, it is worth it. The suction on it is amazing. I've never had a vacuum this good. I think you can also get refurbished units, so that's always an option too if you want to save a little bit of money. So next up is my Rimowa Carryon. I've made lots of videos about this in the past. I would not recommend the large check-in luggage by Rimowa, but my Carryon, it's the silver one with the black leather handles. That's worth it. It wheels beautifully. I think I've had it 6 or 7 years. It pretty much looks perfect. You have to get the silver one though, because the colored ones, the paint chips off. I really love it, and I just think it is such a nice gift to give somebody, even if they're graduating, retiring, they have more travel in the future. I love it so much. Next up, again, something I've never had until we moved here and we had more room, is a king size bed. I really think, even though it would have taken up our whole room in Toronto, we should have got one. We're both tall people with broad shoulders, and this just helps you sleep so much better. If you're on the fence and you wonder, is it worth it or not to upgrade from a queen to a king? Trust me, it is. Your sleep is so important. I love having a king size bed. I will never go back. I cannot. So the next thing I would recommend investing in, it's kind of related to sleep as well, is blackout blinds. So if you're just like me, a long time ago, I just had curtains. I thought that was good enough. No, you really need the blackout blinds to get a good sleep. So in Toronto, I got them for my condo as well as his. And then here they installed them for us just because where our bedroom is, it didn't have them before. It just makes such a big difference. You will sleep so much better, especially if you're a light sleeper like me. It's really, really important to have everything pitch black at night, and then you can open them in the morning to expose your body to sunlight. But it makes a world of difference. Even if you think that you're sleeping well, you're going to sleep so much better with the blackout blinds. So the next thing that really surprised me that I love a lot more than I thought I would is my Apple Watch. I've had this for a long time. I think this is just the SE model. I had it a long time ago. You can usually get it through your cell phone provider, and I think with mine, they just tacked on an extra, it was $10 to $20 extra per month until it was paid off. Now, like, it paid off a year ago, but I really, really like it. Honestly, just for the simple fact, it tracks my steps and my fitness. It lets you know kind of when you're in the fat burning zone, and it really surprises me with the workouts I would do at the gym. You know, a lot of times I would think I'm burning fat and I'm not. So I find the best thing for that is actually just walking at a steady pace. So whether it's outdoors, if it's really bad weather, what I started doing over COVID is just putting on those Grow with Joe videos, or I will just, have a podcast, like a video podcast that I really want to watch, and I just put that on, kind of march or do her videos on the spot, and that really gets your heart rate up. I love it just to check text messages quickly. Often I won't hear my phone ringing, but this is going, so I catch my phone that way. It's great to check the weather. So again, if you're kind of like me and you don't know if you use an Apple Watch, you might be surprised. I really, really love mine. And even though I feel like it's maybe not the most stylish thing, like I do have another watch that's a bit fancier for when we go out, but I put on this gold strap and I feel like it looks a little bit nicer than just the plain black one. So next up is another Apple product. So I would recommend that Apple, the AirPods Pro. It makes a big difference to get the Pro one, and I think they're worth the money. If you like working out, they don't fall out of your ears, especially too if you have piercings here like me. You can still get them in, they won't fall out. The other ones at the gym, anytime you would bend over or you're doing anything, they just fall out. I feel like they're kind of useless. The sound on the AirPods Pro is much more like surround sound. Be careful not to overwear them. It can mess up the air balance within your eardrum, and also can dry out your ears, so don't wear them too much. But I just really save them just for workouts, or if one of us is working or on a call or something here, just to put it in for like a Zoom meeting. But the next thing that I would say to invest in is a really good sunscreen. I really like the Elta MD brand. It is pricey. It can be anywhere from $40 to $60 depending which one you get. One bottle though, it does last a very long time. It looks great on all skin tones as long as you don't get the tinted one. It doesn't leave a white cast at all, and you can reapply it over makeup. I feel since I used this, it actually improved my skin, and I should have used it when I was a lot younger, especially down here on my chest. I've said that in other videos, but definitely if you're kind of like me and in the past sunscreens didn't really work for your skin and they would clog your pores, I really like that Elta MD one. I find when a lot of people speak about their favorite sunscreens, that is a general favorite. So next up, I know they're pricey to invest in, but is Barefoot Shoes. These are great to wear for the gym. I've made countless videos in the past. They're great for your overall health, especially your foot health. But often if you have other problems going on in your body, it comes down to your footwear. So the majority of the time, I like to wear Barefoot shoes if I'm just out walking at the gym, or I wear a wider toe box shoe. And then, when I want to be more fashionable, I can wear those other shoes. My feet don't tend to bother me as much anymore. But my favorites are the Vivobarefoot, the Primus Lite shoes for weightlifting, and then any of the Feel Ground shoes. They're a more casual shoe that doesn't look like a barefoot shoe. You can wear them for walking or just everyday life. And lastly on my list is an electric toothbrush. I cannot believe how many people don't have an electric toothbrush. It's 2023. They just make your teeth so much cleaner. I'm used to be a dental hygienist for many years, and when people would switch to one, I was really shocked at how much cleaner their teeth would be. So you still have to floss. You definitely have to brush 2 or 3 times a day. I would say 2 times is not enough. So what I do, I have my manual toothbrush for maybe, I often brush my teeth 3 or 4 times a day. I would use the electric toothbrush though, morning and night for sure. And you have to use it for the full 2 minutes. So I like this one that I recently got. It's from Spotlight Oral Care. I'll link it down below. Also in the past, I've had another one from Burst. So the Spotlight one is good if you're in Europe. The Burst is good if you're in the US. There was another one, Bruce, that I really liked, but I think the company went out of business. A lot of these electric toothbrushes nowadays, they're all very good. So if you've never used an electric toothbrush, they take a little bit of getting used to at the beginning. At first you might not like it, but trust me, it will grow on you. Your teeth will just feel so much cleaner. It really removes a lot more plaque and stain, and it's going to keep your teeth and gums healthier for longer. I still like using a manual toothbrush to brush my tongue too, so I have both by my sink, but definitely investing in an electric toothbrush is something you should do for you and your kids. And one more bonus item, just because this doesn't apply to everybody, it's only if you live in a very cold climate, is definitely investing in a good quality winter coat. So I recently put up a video. I would recommend a Canada Goose, or even in there I talk about the Aritzia, the super puff jacket. It's very warm. But oftentimes I feel like people that don't like winter, they just don't have the appropriate clothing. If you get the right clothing, you're going to feel nice and warm, and winter can be really fun. As always, I'll link everything that I talked about in the description down below. Until next time, guys. Bye.